Hello. In today's story, we will explore how a 65-year-old man started a business and turned it into a global empire. At the end of the video, we will reveal the 11 secret herbs and spices that give KFC's fried chicken its unique flavor. You will also learn how to cook it using Sanders' recipe. Most importantly, you will discover how to open a restaurant like KFC in the United States. So, be sure to watch until the end. Colonel Sanders, the recipe for never giving up. The 1009th rejection. Colonel Harlan Sanders was 65 years old. He stood outside another restaurant holding his recipe for fried chicken. He had been told no 1009 times. Every time people said they did not want his recipe. His back hurt, his feet were tired, but he kept trying. Many people would have stopped, but not Sanders. He believed that one day someone would say yes. He knew his chicken recipe was special. People thought he was crazy for not giving up, but Sanders didn't stop. He saw every no as a way to learn and get better. This is the story of a man who never let failure win. Sanders was rejected 1009 times, but he kept going. His story is about hard work and never giving up, even when things are hard. Chapter 1. Humble Beginnings. Harlan Sanders was born on September 9, 1890, in a small town called Henryville, Indiana. His family was poor and life was tough. Harlan had a brother and a sister, and his parents worked hard to take care of them. But when Harlan was only 6 years old, his father, Wilbur Sanders, died. This made things even harder for the family. After his father's death, Harlan's mother, Margaret, had to work even more. She took jobs sewing clothes and did everything she could to put food on the table. Harlan saw how much his mother struggled, and he knew he had to help. While his mother worked long hours, Harlan stayed home to take care of his younger siblings. He also learned how to cook so he could make food for the family. At just 6 years old, Harlan was already learning lessons that would shape his future. Even though he helped at home, Harlan still went to school. But school was not something he enjoyed. He didn't like sitting at a desk for long hours. He liked working with his hands more. As time went on, Harlan decided that school wasn't for him. When he was in the 7th grade, he made a big decision. He left school to find a job. In those days, leaving school early wasn't unusual. Many children had to work to help their families. But for Harlan, leaving school meant the start of a long journey full of many different jobs. At just 13 years old, Harlan left home to work on a nearby farm. The pay wasn't great, but it helped his family, and it made him feel more grown up. This was just the beginning of the many jobs Harlan would try over the years. During his teenage years, Harlan worked at many different jobs. He worked on farms, ran errands, and even worked on the railroad. But none of these jobs lasted very long. He would work for a little while, and then something would happen, and he would lose the job. Still, Harlan never gave up. He always found a way to keep going. By the time he was in his 20s, Harlan had tried more jobs than most people do in their whole lives. He worked as a blacksmith's helper, cleaned trains, and even spent a short time in the U.S. Army. His time in the Army wasn't long, but it taught him discipline and gave him some new skills. But despite all the jobs he tried, Harlan still hadn't found the one thing that would make him successful. Every time a job didn't work out, Harlan felt disappointed. It seemed like no matter what he did, life was always hard. But Harlan wasn't someone who gave up easily. He kept going, trying new things and learning from his failures. Even though he hadn't found success yet, Harlan believed that one day he would. In his 30s, Harlan continued to search for the right job. He sold insurance for a while, but that didn't last. Then he tried running a steamboat ferry, but that business also failed. At one point, he even became a lawyer. He got his law degree by studying through the mail, but his law career ended before it even really started. One day, Harlan got into a fight with a client in the courtroom, and after that, he couldn't practice law anymore. Through all these failures, Harlan kept his head up. Each time he failed, he got back up and tried again. He didn't see failure as the end. Instead, he saw it as a lesson. With each job that didn't work out, Harlan learned something new. And even though he hadn't found his success yet, he was getting closer. One thing that stayed the same throughout Harlan's life was his love for cooking. Ever since he was a little boy, Harlan had enjoyed making food. Whether he was cooking for his family or for himself, he always felt happy in the kitchen. Cooking made him feel calm and in control. And even though he didn't know it at the time, it was this love for cooking that would one day make him famous. Chapter 2. Trying many jobs. Harlan Sanders tried many jobs in his life. He sold insurance, ran a ferry boat, and worked at a gas station. But none of these jobs lasted. Every time something went wrong, Harlan kept going. He never gave up. In the 1920s, Harlan worked at a gas station in Kentucky. It paid the bills, but Harlan wasn't happy. He wanted more. He decided to start a ferry boat service. He bought a boat and helped people cross the river. For a while, the business did well. But then the government built a bridge. People stopped using his ferry, and the business failed. Harlan didn't stop. He took other jobs like selling tires and working as a secretary. He even became a lawyer. He studied law by mail and got a degree. But when he had a fight with a client in court, his law career ended quickly. Harlan failed many times. He tried different jobs, but none of them worked out. He was good at many things, but didn't master any of them. Still, Harlan didn't let these failures stop him. He believed success was close, and he just had to keep trying. Harlan married a woman named Josephine, and they had 3 children. But his restless spirit and job changes put stress on their marriage. In the end, Josephine left him and took their children. Even though he lost his family, Harlan didn't give up. He moved to a new town for a fresh start. In 1930, he opened another gas station in Corbin, Kentucky. This time, he started cooking meals for travelers who stopped by. He loved cooking, and people loved his food, especially his fried chicken. Soon, people from far away came to try Harlan's fried chicken. His gas station became famous not for gas, but for food. He called his place Sanders Cafe, and it became a popular stop for people traveling on the highway. Harlan's fried chicken was so good that his restaurant was always busy. But there were problems too. A rival gas station nearby didn't like that Harlan was doing so well. This led to a fight, and one of Harlan's workers was killed. Even though Harlan wasn't part of the fight, it caused trouble for his business. Harlan didn't let this stop him. He kept cooking and found a new way to fry chicken faster using a pressure cooker. His fried chicken became even more popular, and his cafe grew. By the late 1930s, Harlan's restaurant was a success. His dream was finally coming true, but this was just the start of a bigger journey. Chapter 3. Finding His Dream. By the 1940s, Harlan-Sanders' restaurant, Sanders Cafe, was a popular stop for travelers. People loved his fried chicken, made with 11 special herbs and spices. Sanders used a pressure cooker to make the chicken quickly, and customers really enjoyed the crispy, tasty meal. His restaurant became well known for serving the best fried chicken in the area. However, Sanders faced problems as he grew older. His cafe struggled because of the Great Depression. He needed more customers to keep his business alive. Sanders realized that if other restaurants sold his chicken, he could grow his business. So he decided to share his chicken recipe with other restaurant owners, hoping they would cook and sell it too. This idea was called franchising. At 62 years old, when most people think of retiring, Sanders hit the road. He drove from town to town, talking to restaurant owners about his fried chicken. He told them that they could sell his chicken and give him a small amount of money for every piece sold. But many restaurant owners said no. They didn't believe in his idea. Sanders kept trying. He traveled for 2 years, visiting over 1,000 restaurants. Each time he was rejected, but he never gave up. He believed in his chicken. Finally, in 1952, a restaurant owner named Pete Harmon from Salt Lake City said yes. Pete agreed to sell Sanders' chicken, and it was a big success. People loved the food, and Pete's sales went up fast. Together, they called the recipe Kentucky Fried Chicken, and Sanders' dreams started to grow. More restaurants wanted to sell his famous chicken, and soon Kentucky Fried Chicken, KFC, became popular across the United States. Sanders' secret recipe became legendary. Even after finding success, Sanders worked hard. He visited each restaurant to make sure they cooked the chicken just right. He wanted the best quality for his customers. His story wasn't just about cooking chicken. It was about never giving up. He showed that no matter how many times you fail, you can succeed if you keep trying. Colonel Sanders became a symbol of hard work and the American dream. He was proof that you can achieve your goals, even after many failures. At the age of 65, he finally found the success he had worked for his whole life. Chapter 4. The Start of Something Big. By the 1950s, Harlan-Sanders' Kentucky Fried Chicken, KFC, was becoming famous in the U.S. People loved the chicken with its 11 special herbs and spices. But Sanders wanted more. He dreamed of making KFC famous around the world. Even though he was almost 65 years old, Sanders believed his chicken could be a big hit everywhere. In the 1960s, KFC grew even more in America. Many new restaurants opened, and Sanders made sure each one served good, tasty chicken. But running a big business wasn't easy. Sanders loved his chicken, but he wasn't a businessman. He needed help. In 1964, Sanders decided to sell the KFC business. He sold it for $2 million to a group of investors. Even after selling, he stayed as the face of KFC. He wanted to make sure the chicken still tasted great. After the sale, KFC grew fast. The new owners opened more restaurants in the U.S. and in countries like Canada and the UK. KFC was becoming a worldwide brand. But Sanders wasn't always happy. Sometimes he visited KFC locations and didn't like how the chicken was cooked. He still cared about the quality and spoke up when things weren't right. He wanted every customer to enjoy his famous chicken. Even with these problems, KFC continued to grow. Sanders became famous, known for his white suit and black tie. He appeared in ads, and people knew him for the phrase, "It's finger-licking good." By the late 1960s, KFC had thousands of restaurants in over 40 countries. People from all over the world enjoyed Sanders's chicken. In 1971, KFC was sold again, but Sanders still traveled, talking to fans and checking the food. He also gave a lot of money to charity. He never forgot his tough early years and wanted to help others. When Sanders passed away in 1980 at the age of 90, KFC had over 6,000 restaurants in more than 50 countries. His face and story were famous everywhere. Colonel Sanders showed the world that it's never too late to follow your dreams, no matter how many times you fail. Chapter 5: Beyond the Chicken. As Colonel Sanders grew older, his legacy became more than just fried chicken. KFC had become famous worldwide and his face was seen everywhere. But Sanders never forgot the values that shaped him: hard work, honesty, and always trying his best. By the time he was in his 80s, Sanders was more than just a businessman. He was a symbol of never giving up. People everywhere knew his story of being rejected over 1,000 times. Sanders showed that even after many failures, success is possible. But Sanders didn't just focus on KFC. He wanted to give back to others. He used his money to help people in need. One of his biggest passions was healthcare. He helped hospitals by donating money to build new wings and buy better equipment. Sanders knew how important it was for people to get good medical care. He also believed in the power of education. Sanders wanted to help children, especially those from poor families, go to school and have a chance to succeed. He gave money for scholarships and supported schools, helping many young people follow their dreams. Sanders didn't stop with the U.S. When KFC became popular in other countries, he also helped people abroad. He supported programs that gave food to the hungry and helped with medical care in places that needed it most. Even in his 80s, Sanders visited KFC restaurants. He wanted to make sure the chicken was cooked the way he liked. Sometimes, if he wasn't happy with the food, he would say so. Sanders cared deeply about keeping the quality of his chicken. On December 16, 1980, Sanders passed away at the age of 90. His life was an incredible story of hard work and never giving up. After his death, KFC continued to grow, but Sanders' message of determination lived on. His story inspired many people to keep trying, no matter how many times they failed. Today, Colonel Sanders is remembered not only for his chicken, but for his spirit of never giving up. His story continues to inspire people around the world to chase their dreams, no matter the challenges. Chapter 6: The Impact of Colonel Sanders Today. Since Colonel Sanders passed away, his story has grown even more famous. He started with just a small kitchen and a special recipe of 11 herbs and spices. Today, KFC is in over 150 countries with more than 25,000 restaurants. Everywhere you go, people know KFC and the face of Colonel Sanders. But Sanders' story isn't just about chicken. His life shows that success can come at any age, even after many failures. He tried and failed over 1,000 times before his chicken became famous. His story teaches people that failure is not the end. It's just a part of the journey to success. In today's fast world, many people want success right away. But Sanders' life reminds us that great things take time. He worked hard, stayed focused, and never gave up on his dream. His story is now shared by teachers, business leaders, and speakers who inspire others to keep going, no matter how hard it gets. With social media, Sanders' story reaches even more people. His image and quotes about not giving up are shared on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. These posts keep his message alive for younger generations who may not know his full story. KFC has also changed with the times. Now, you can order food online or through apps, and the menu includes new items for health-conscious customers. But KFC has never changed the recipe that Sanders created. His original fried chicken is still the heart of the brand, just as he wanted. Sanders also gave back to the community. During his life, he donated to hospitals, schools, and charities. The work he started continues to help people today, showing that success is not just about making money, it's about helping others. In 2020, KFC celebrated its 90th anniversary. It was a reminder of how far Sanders' vision had come. Though Sanders wasn't there, the world celebrated his life and the amazing journey he took. As KFC moves forward, it continues to honor Sanders' legacy. His story of hard work, never giving up, and helping others inspires millions of people around the world. Colonel Sanders' journey from a small-town cook to a global icon is proof that with determination, anything is possible. His legacy will continue to inspire future generations, reminding us all that it's never too late to chase our dreams. A legacy that lives on. Colonel Harlan Sanders died in 1980, but his story is still alive today. In many ways, his legacy has become even stronger. His face, his famous recipe, and his spirit of never giving up inspire people everywhere. Young entrepreneurs and experienced workers look to him for motivation, especially when things get tough. Sanders created more than just a fast food restaurant. He made a symbol that shows success is not about where you start, but how many times you get back up after you fall. His life proves that it is never too late to chase your dreams. With hard work and determination, you can overcome any challenges. As KFC keeps growing and changing, Colonel Sanders' legacy will always be part of the brand. His story will inspire people for many years to come, as long as there are those who believe in never giving up. Lesson from Colonel Sanders: Perseverance and Adaptability. One of the most significant lessons we can learn from Colonel Harlan Sanders is the power of perseverance and adaptability in the face of adversity. Sanders faced numerous challenges throughout his life, including business failures and personal setbacks. However, he never gave up on his dreams. Key takeaways. 1. Never give up. Sanders was 65 years old when he began franchising his fried chicken business. Many would consider retirement at that age, but he chose to pursue his passion instead. His journey teaches us that it's never too late to start something new or chase your dreams. Number 2, learn from failure. Sanders encountered many obstacles, including the closure of his restaurant during the Great Depression and challenges with franchisees. Instead of seeing these as dead ends, he learned valuable lessons that helped him refine his business model and improve his recipes. 3. Adaptability is key. Sanders understood the importance of adapting to changing circumstances. He took his secret recipe and traveled across the country, demonstrating his fried chicken to potential franchisees. This willingness to adapt his approach was crucial to his eventual success. 4. Stay true to your vision. Despite setbacks, Sanders remained committed to his vision of serving high-quality fried chicken. He maintained strict standards for his product and never compromised on quality, which became a cornerstone of the KFC brand. Number 5. Believe in yourself. Sanders' confidence in his recipe and his business model was essential to his success. He faced rejection from many potential franchise partners, but continued to believe in his vision. This self-belief ultimately led to the creation of a global brand. Conclusion. Colonel Sanders' story is a powerful reminder that perseverance and adaptability are essential qualities for anyone pursuing their dreams. His journey illustrates that success often comes from overcoming obstacles, learning from failures, and staying true to one's vision. Whether in business or personal endeavors, adopting these principles can inspire us to keep moving forward, regardless of the challenges we face. Quotes from Colonel Sanders. I'm too old to get a job. I'm going to start my own business. There's no reason to be the richest man in the cemetery. You can't do any business from there. Success is never final. Failure is never fatal. It's courage that counts. The only way you can keep your health is to eat what you don't want, drink what you don't like, and do what you'd rather not. I made a lot of mistakes, but I never made the same one twice. It's not what you do, but how you do it. If you don't have a dream, how are you going to make a dream come true? I'm just a simple man. I don't have any fancy degrees, but I do have a vision. Interesting facts about Colonel Sanders. 1. Late start. Colonel Sanders didn't start KFC until he was in his 60s. After a series of failures in various jobs, he decided to focus on his fried chicken recipe, which he perfected over the years. 2. Unique cooking method. He developed his famous pressure frying method, which allowed the chicken to cook faster while retaining its moisture. This innovative technique contributed to KFC's distinct flavor and texture. 3. The birth of the Colonel title. Sanders was awarded the honorary title of Colonel by Kentucky Governor Ruby Laffoon in 1936 for his contributions to the state's cuisine. He embraced the title and used it as part of his brand. 4. The secret recipe. The secret blend of 11 herbs and spices that make up KFC's chicken recipe is still a closely guarded secret. Only a few people know the exact mixture, and it is kept in a safe. 5. Franchising pioneer. Sanders was one of the first fast food pioneers to franchise his business model. He started franchising in 1952 and quickly grew KFC into an international brand. 6. Famous white suit. His signature look consisted of a white suit and black tie, which he wore nearly every day. This distinctive attire became a symbol of the KFC brand and helped establish his image. 7. Iconic marketing. Sanders' face is one of the most recognized in the world. He became a marketing icon, and KFC advertisements featured him extensively, helping to create a strong brand identity. Number 8. Philanthropy. Colonel Sanders was known for his charitable work. He supported various causes, including hospitals and children's charities, using his success to give back to the community. 9. Culinary influencer. Even after selling KFC in 1964, Sanders continued to travel and promote the brand. He became a beloved figure in popular culture and often appeared in commercials and promotional materials. 10. Cinematic life story. In 2016, a biopic titled The Colonel was announced, showcasing Sanders' journey from a small-town cook to the founder of one of the world's largest fast food chains. 11 secret herbs and spices of KFC's fried chicken. Here's the combination of 11 secret herbs and spices contributing to the distinct flavor of KFC's fried chicken. 1. Salt. 2. Black pepper. 3. White pepper. 4. Paprika. 5. Garlic powder. 6. Onion powder. 7. Thyme. 8. Basil. 9. Oregano. 10. Sage. 11. Celery salt. Colonel Sanders inspired fried chicken recipe. Ingredients: 4 to 5 pounds of chicken pieces, legs, thighs, breasts, wings. 2 cups buttermilk, or regular milk with 2 tablespoons of vinegar or lemon juice. 1 teaspoon salt. 1 teaspoon black pepper. 1 teaspoon white pepper. 1 teaspoon paprika. 1 teaspoon garlic powder. 1 teaspoon onion powder. 1 teaspoon thyme. 1 teaspoon basil. 1 teaspoon oregano. 1 teaspoon sage. 1 teaspoon celery salt. 2 cups all-purpose flour. Oil for frying, vegetable, canola, or peanut oil. Instructions. 1. Marinate the chicken. In a large bowl, combine the buttermilk, salt, black pepper, and white pepper. Mix well. Add the chicken pieces to the marinade, making sure they are fully submerged. Cover the bowl and refrigerate for at least 2 hours, or preferably overnight. This helps tenderize the chicken and infuses flavor. 2. Prepare the flour mixture. In a large mixing bowl, combine the all-purpose flour, paprika, garlic powder, onion powder, thyme, basil, oregano, sage, celery salt, and remaining salt and pepper. Mix until all the ingredients are evenly distributed. 3. Dredge the chicken. Remove the chicken from the buttermilk marinade, allowing any excess to drip off. Dredge each piece in the flour mixture, pressing lightly to ensure a good coating. Shake off any excess flour and place the coated chicken on a baking rack or plate. 4. Heat the oil. In a large, deep skillet or Dutch oven, heat about 2 to 3 inches of oil over medium-high heat. The oil is ready when it reaches around 350 degrees Fahrenheit, 175 degrees Celsius. You can test it by dropping a small amount of the flour mixture into the oil. It should sizzle. 5. Fry the chicken. Carefully add the chicken pieces to the hot oil, making sure not to overcrowd the pan. Fry in batches if necessary. Fry the chicken for about 12 to 15 minutes on one side, then flip and fry for another 10 to 12 minutes, or until the internal temperature reaches 165 degrees, 75 degrees Celsius, and the chicken is golden brown and crispy. 6. Drain and serve. Once cooked, remove the chicken from the oil and place it on a plate lined with paper towels to drain excess oil. Let the chicken rest for a few minutes before serving. This allows the juices to redistribute. 7. Enjoy. Serve your Colonel Sanders-inspired fried chicken with your favorite sides, such as coleslaw, mashed potatoes, or biscuits. Tips. For extra crunch, you can double dip the chicken by returning it to the buttermilk and then back into the flour mixture before frying. Ensure the oil temperature is consistent. Too low will make the chicken greasy, and too high can burn the coating before the chicken cooks through. Enjoy your homemade fried chicken. How to start a restaurant like KFC. Starting a restaurant like KFC involves careful planning, dedication, and attention to detail. Here's a comprehensive guide to help you embark on this exciting journey. 1. Research and concept development. Before diving into the restaurant business, conduct thorough market research. This includes studying current trends in the fast food industry, identifying competitors, and understanding the tastes and preferences of potential customers. Visit successful fast food chains to analyze their menu offerings, pricing, customer service, and overall atmosphere. Estimated cost. Research costs can vary, but generally range from $500 to $2,000 for surveys, focus groups, and market analysis reports. Once you gather enough information, develop your restaurant concept. Define your unique selling proposition, USP, to differentiate yourself from competitors. Consider factors such as signature dishes. Will you offer a unique fried chicken recipe or innovative twists on traditional items? Theme. Will your restaurant have a particular theme, like a rustic farmhouse or a modern diner? Target audience. Are you catering to families, young adults, or health-conscious individuals? Establishing a clear concept will guide your decisions throughout the process, from menu design to marketing strategies. 2. Create a business plan. A solid business plan is crucial for your restaurant's success and is often required when seeking funding from banks or investors. Your business plan should include executive summary, a brief overview of your restaurant concept, mission, and vision. Market analysis, a detailed summary of your research findings, including competitor analysis, target market demographics, and market trends. Marketing strategy. Outline how you will promote your restaurant, including online marketing, social media campaigns, and community engagement. Operations plan. Describe how your restaurant will operate on a daily basis, including staffing, hours of operation, and customer service standards. Financial projections include startup costs, projected revenue, profit margins, and a break-even analysis. This section is essential for understanding your restaurant's financial viability. Estimated cost. Writing a business plan can range from $500 to $3,000, depending on whether you hire a consultant. 3. Legal structure and licensing. Choosing a legal structure for your restaurant is crucial as it affects your taxes, liability, and operations. Common structures include sole proprietorship, simple and inexpensive but offers no personal liability protection. Partnership, shared ownership with others but requires clear agreements on roles and profits. Limited liability company, LLC, offers personal liability protection while allowing for flexible management. Corporation, more complex and requires adherence to corporate formalities, but provides the highest level of liability protection. Estimated cost. Legal fees for setting up your business structure can range from $500 to $2,500. After deciding on a legal structure, Register your business name and apply for the necessary licenses and permits. Requirements vary by location but typically include business license, required for operating a business legally. Health permits, required to ensure compliance with local health regulations. Food safety certifications, proof that you meet food handling and safety standards. Estimated time. The registration process can take anywhere from a few days to several weeks, depending on your location. 4. Location and design. Site selection is one of the most critical aspects of your restaurant's success. Look for a location with high foot traffic, visibility, and easy accessibility. Consider factors like demographics. Ensure your location aligns with your target audience. Nearby competition. Analyze existing fast food chains and assess how your restaurant can stand out. Parking availability. Ample parking is essential for customer convenience. Estimated cost. Rent can vary significantly based on location. In urban areas, expect to pay between $3,000 and $10,000 monthly for a prime location. In smaller towns, rent may be between $1,000 and $5,000. Once you secure a location, plan your restaurant layout. Create a design that promotes efficiency for staff and comfort for customers. Consider dining area. Arrange tables and seating to maximize space while ensuring comfort. Optimize workflow with designated areas for food preparation, cooking, and cleaning. Brand identity. Incorporate colors, signage, and decor that reflect your brand and theme. 5. Menu development. A well-thought-out menu is essential for attracting and retaining customers. Focus on your signature fried chicken recipe and complementary items. Consider the following when developing your menu. Variety. Offer a range of options, including sides, beverages, and desserts, to appeal to different tastes. Pricing. Price your menu items competitively while ensuring profitability. Research competitors' pricing for similar items. For example, fried chicken meals typically range from $5 to $10, depending on portion size and additional items. Seasonal specials. Introduce limited-time offers or seasonal items to keep your menu fresh and exciting. Estimated time. Menu development can take 2 to 4 weeks, including testing and refining recipes. Test your recipes to ensure they deliver consistent quality and taste. Conduct taste tests with friends, family, or potential customers to gather feedback before finalizing your menu. 6. Supply chain management. Establishing a reliable supply chain is essential for maintaining the quality of your food. Identify suppliers for ingredients. Source high-quality chicken, spices, and other ingredients. Build relationships with suppliers to negotiate prices and ensure consistent quality. You can source chicken from suppliers like Tyson Foods or Purdue, and spices from local distributors. Packaging. Choose packaging that aligns with your brand and is eco-friendly. Equipment. Invest in kitchen equipment, cooking appliances, and furniture that meet your operational needs. Estimated cost. Initial supply costs, including ingredients and equipment, can range from $10,000 to $50,000, depending on the size of your operation. Develop contracts for regular deliveries and pricing agreements to ensure you can maintain consistent quality and minimize disruptions. 7. Hiring and training staff. Recruiting the right employees is crucial for your restaurant's operation. Create job descriptions that outline roles and responsibilities for positions such as cooks, servers, and managers. Consider the following tips. Hire for attitude. Look for employees who align with your restaurant's values and culture. Diversity. Build a diverse team that can offer varied perspectives and enhance customer experience. Training programs. Provide comprehensive training in food safety, customer service, and operational procedures. Regular training sessions will ensure that staff maintains high standards. Estimated cost. Budget around $1,000 to $5,000 for initial hiring and training materials. Establish a positive work culture that encourages teamwork, communication, and employee growth. 8. Marketing and branding. Creating a memorable brand identity is essential for attracting customers. Develop your branding elements, including logo and color scheme. Design a logo that reflects your restaurant's concept and is easily recognizable. Brand voice. Establish a consistent tone and style for your marketing materials, including social media posts and advertisements. Promotional strategy. Use a mix of online marketing, local advertising, and community events to promote your restaurant. Consider strategies like social media marketing. Leverage platforms like Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter to engage with your audience and share updates. Allocate around $500 to $2,000 for initial marketing campaigns. Influencer collaborations. Partner with local food influencers to reach a wider audience. Events and promotions. Host events or offer discounts to attract customers and encourage word-of-mouth referrals. Estimated time. Build your marketing plan over 2 to 4 weeks before opening. 9. Technology and systems. Investing in the right technology is crucial for efficiency and customer satisfaction. Consider implementing point of sale (POS) system. A reliable POS system will help streamline order processing, track sales, and manage inventory. Systems like Square or Toast cost around $1,000 to $5,000 to set up. Online ordering and delivery services. Partner with delivery apps to reach customers who prefer convenience. Website and mobile app. Create a user-friendly website that showcases your menu and allows for online orders. A website can cost anywhere from $2,000 to $10,000, depending on features and design. 10. Launch your restaurant. Before the grand opening, conduct a soft opening to test your operations and gather feedback. This allows you to address any issues before officially launching. Plan a grand opening event with special promotions to create excitement and attract customers. Consider local advertising. Promote your grand opening through local newspapers, radio stations, and online platforms. Budget around $500 to $3,000 for advertising. Social media campaigns. Use social media to build anticipation and encourage followers to attend the event. Community engagement. Invite local influencers or community leaders to your opening event to generate buzz. Estimated time. A soft opening can take place a few weeks before the grand opening to work out any kinks. 11. Monitor and adapt. Once your restaurant is up and running, regularly gather customer feedback to continually improve your offerings. Utilize customer surveys, online reviews, and social media comments to identify areas for improvement. Monitor your financial performance, track expenses, and adjust your business strategies as needed. This could involve revising your menu, implementing new promotions, or enhancing your marketing efforts. 12. Focus on quality and consistency. To build a loyal customer base, ensure that every meal meets your quality standards. Consistency is key to maintaining customer satisfaction, so establish protocols for food preparation and service. Regularly conduct quality checks and training refreshers for staff. Estimated overall startup costs. Market research, $2,000. Business plan, $500, $3,000. Legal fees and licenses, $500 to $500. Location rent, first month plus deposit, $4,000 to $15,000. Interior design and renovation, $10,000, $100,000. Equipment and supplies, tens of dollars, $50,000. Initial inventory, $5,000 to $15,000. Marketing and branding, $1,005. Technology setup, POS website, $3,000 to $15,000. Staff hiring and training, then $1,000 to $5,000. Miscellaneous costs, $1,000. Total estimated cost, $36,500 to $203,500. Conclusion. Starting a restaurant like KFC requires thorough planning, dedication, and attention to detail. By carefully considering each step of the process and remaining adaptable to changing market conditions, you can create a successful and thriving restaurant.